How are you?
I'm good.
Good?
Yes. I did. I'm trying to figure out how to or where to save it.
What we're doing now? We're doing... Are you waiting for me?
Yes.
I was waiting for you. And you always get the hairy lips grandma or great grandma, do you know what I mean? With it sticks in your, go to kiss her and it sticks in your face. With the
Porcupine grandma.
Megacast TV, your channel of choice.
Hello and a very good evening and welcome to another edition of Megacast TV. My name's Jake and I'm joined as always by my friend from across the pond, the gorgeous Beth. Good evening, Beth. How are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm good. Jake, how are you doing?
I'm fair to middle. It's been a while, hasn't it? It seems like ages.
Yeah, it's been a long week for sure.
It sure has. What have you been up to? Your hair looks nice tonight.
Oh, thank you. Just for you guys out there in YouTube land. Yeah.
You're looking good. You're looking good. Here's me. I've not even had a shave. I've been waiting on a razor coming, and it came today. So anyway, I'll be all fresh and nice looking next time you see me. Honest.
Yay.
Right, so we are joined this evening by a very special guest. Her name is Vanessa. For regular viewers amongst the channel, they will remember she joined us last year, and she is here to talk about, once again, her walk for autism.
Hello.
Hello, Vanessa. How the devil are you?
I'm good, Jake. I'm very well, thank you.
Have you had a good Sunday? I know you've had a good Sunday.
Yes, I have. I'm sober.
when I bumped into Vanessa on Facebook about 2 o'clock this afternoon, she was drinking.
Oh.
So I said to her, "You better be sober for 10 o'clock." She's
I
like,
am.
I will be.
I am.
No wonder why she's had such a nice Sunday.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? Right, so Vanessa, last year you did the Walk for Autism.
Yep.
And you're doing it again this year.
Yes, I am.
The floor is all yours. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what it's for and what you're doing it for and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, of course I will. For those who didn't see the video last year, I have a 14-year-old son named Kyle who was diagnosed at 3.5 with autism. Now, autism, I'll go into a bit of the medical side as well. Autism isn't anything to do with vaccinations or anything like that. It's a neurological disorder. Now, nobody knows how it's caused, why it's caused. It's just there. He was diagnosed at 3.5, fighting tooth and nail for all bits and pieces. There are still people on the waiting list that have been on there 6 years plus, fighting to get a diagnosis for their children. Now, where this comes into play is they are a charity based in Liverpool, and I did it last year, first time ever, and it was absolutely fabulous. It was brilliant. You can walk anywhere as long as you hit your target, and the target is it's 10,000 steps a day for 8 days, and I hit the target of 107,000 steps when I completed it. I did, thank you, Beth. I did lives every single time I was out walking. This charity, they help promote independent living. They have, they're very well known, and they are called Autism Initiatives. They are well known for supporting outreach workers. They support all kids and young adults. They are just one fabulous group. I did quite a lot for them last year. I did the Walk for Autism, and also I did a Cheriton and Garden and Garage Safari last year. It was on a bank holiday, and we totally raised 550 on the Garage Safari. And on the Walk for Autism, I raised 350. So last year, my total was £900.
Wow.
So, yeah. And my total at the moment is £208. But I don't want to give them that. I want to set the bar more. I'm all about raising the money for these guys. They are just amazing. Oh, also I did a jumble stroke boot fair in January of this year, and we raised £148, which went straight to them. So that's on my page already. So with the donations of £148 plus extra that I'm given, the amount at the moment as it stands is £208. But I want to donate more.
Aww.
And yeah, lots more money.
Okay. Well, I did want to ask, maybe for some people who are out there watching, if you can maybe share when your son was maybe 3 years old, what were you seeing that were symptoms that were presenting that you weren't really, that you were sure something was going on, but you didn't know what? Share?
Yeah. Well, it was younger because the health visitor we have health visitors in the UK, and they were seeing delaying stuff that he wasn't hitting his milestones. But I was also, most autistic, or most kids that are on the spectrum, they do weird stuff and they clap their hands because they're excited. They have repetition, which is echolalia, they call it. So it's a neurological disorder, and I saw the hand flapping, and there's other sides as well to it where he can be, I don't want to call it violent, because yes, on the outside for people looking at it, it can be. I was getting pinched, I was getting punched, I was getting kicked, I had scratches. And because he didn't understand that he was doing that, it was wrong, he was just thought it was funny, and he kept doing it and kept doing it. And I ended up with bruises and black eyes and everything. Finally, at 3.5, we got that diagnosis, but we had to fight to get it because he had a paediatric assessment, which took 2 hours. There was 2 paediatricians, 2 physios, 1 speech and language lady, and I've forgotten what the other one was. And we all sat in a room, and he was playing and doing bits and pieces, but I could see there was something wrong.
Is he the oldest, Nessy? Is he the oldest?
No, the youngest.
Right, so you've actually got something that you can compare it to in that case, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got how many other children before him?
I've got 2 others.
Right, so are they on the spectrum as well, or?
No.
Okay.
My oldest has got learning difficulties because he's dyslexic. So I still have to help him with bits and pieces. But
you knew there was a difference between Kyle and the 2.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely.
How long was it before you were able to get Kyle in to see the doctor?
I think it was a year, if I'm right.
We know that there are a lot of people who, in the UK particularly, I don't know what it's like in the States, Beth, that are jumping on the autism bandwagon. And we've talked about this openly with you, haven't we?
Yeah.
In that, he's autistic, that's what it is. And they're saying this before they've even been diagnosed with anything, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
So to finally get that diagnosis must have been, such a relief, really.
Yeah,
because finally you felt like you weren't making it up, and it wasn't it was something that you can put a name to, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And also it was something that I could understand, and thinking that it wasn't me and I wasn't seeing things. And when we got the diagnosis, I came home, Jason walked in from work and he said to me, "Go on, tell me." And I went, "It is what I said it was." And he said, "Right, okay." And it took him about 6 months to process.
So what kind of things is this money used for that you're raising money for? What's it go towards?
Outreach workers. So say there's an independent adult and needs support. That outreach worker will go out to them and support them and help them in any way. Or there's a family that's in turmoil because they've just got that diagnosis. That outreach worker will go out and support them in any way they can. They promote independent living for autistic adults.
Nessy, are there different types of autism then in that case?
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
And do you know what Kyle has? What type Kyle has?
Nobody knows. He comes under the, it's not ASD now because they've changed the wording. It's ASC. He's under the huge umbrella of ASC. So he's on the severe bracket.
Here in the US, there's a huge, and Jake and I were speaking about this, there's the huge stigmatism still with autism and the unknowns and everything. Do you have that over there still, or not so much?
Yes. Oh yes, quite frequently. When Carl was younger, we don't get it as much now, but when Carl was younger, we went to a local supermarket and he had a huge meltdown where he just screamed and cried and threw himself on the floor. And it was a concrete floor. So literally I had to get down quickly and put my hand underneath his head so he didn't knock himself out. And I remember these elderly couple. I remember it so vividly. They went to get their trolley. Carl was just crying and screaming, and I was crouching down, holding his head and talking to him in his ear very calmly so he could hear what I was saying. And all you got is bad parenting. Bad parenting. These mothers don't know how to give them a smack and then they'll calm down, or go and take him back to the car and he'll sort it out. So I, being me, as you don't know me very well, me being me, Jason, his dad, got down and held his head while I got up, and I lost it. And I turned around. Don't you understand? He's got special needs. If you don't know what his special needs are, ask. Don't be frightened to ask us parents what it is. We won't smack you. We won't tell you to bugger off. We won't do that. So he was quite taken aback, and she went, "Can I ask what his condition is?" And I said, "He's autistic. He's having a meltdown." "I apologise," she said, "I didn't realise." He walked off and went, "Huh, everything's on the bandwagon these days." Well, all of a sudden, a couple of the Tesco staff who knew Kyle and said, whoa, what's happened? Is he all right? And I went, "He's having a meltdown." So she went, "I'll get some people to stand around you so you can get him up." But most supermarkets, sorry, Jake.
Do you think, Ness, that it's becoming a lot less stigmatised in the UK now? Or do you think it's because of Kyle's age that Kyle's understanding it a bit more, and that a lot less people are noticing it about Kyle, particularly because of his age? Or do you still think that stigma is there?
It's still there. It's still there. but there is a hell of a lot of stigmatization.
Yeah, but I love that you advocated in that moment. You know, you were able to say, hey, wait a minute, don't run your mouth until you know what's going on here. And you educated, and you broke down that stigma in that moment. That's awesome.
Well, I was going to get a t-shirt because I got so fed up with it. I was going to get my son's autistic, and on the back I was going to put get over it. Now that's the kind of person I am, and I was so desperately going to get this t-shirt, and in the end I thought, why should I? Why should I?
Talked about before now, Ness, is that we've got in the UK, we've got the sunflower lanyards, haven't we?
Yes. Yes, I've got them. Yes, I've got them. He's here. Yes, we have. Bother. There we go. One lanyard.
Sunflower lanyard is Beth, it's something that a disabled person would wear. And it just makes people aware. They wear it on their clothing around their neck, and it just makes people aware that they might have difficulties with disabilities. So it might be like, I have one for my ataxia. So mine's got a little card inside, and it says, I may appear drunk. I'm not. I usually am though, but I'm not. and I have a walk gait, etc., etc., etc. So mine's got a little card inside. So
like that.
Each charity has different cards for different disabilities.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have maybe people here will wear that for like their employee badge or something, but I love that. That's a great idea.
I must change that card over soon, because now we won't need to worry about that. But I've got a card with autistic on it. Now these cards are available in the UK, and it's another charity called hiddendisabilities.com, and they're very, very, very cheap. So and I've got some autistic cards as well, so I will take that face covering exempt and put an autistic thing.
And actually pick the lanyards up. The lanyards themselves without the cards are available from Tesco's and Marks and Spencer's, and they're free of charge from those two supermarkets. So let's move on to happier things. It's really interesting talking about Kyle and learning about Kyle, and the people that have watched our videos before on the channel, or apart from Beth, obviously, will have been aware of Kyle, and we've done a couple of programs really about Kyle, haven't we? So if you haven't seen those programs, do go back and watch them. But 10,000 steps a day. When does your walk start?
26th of March till the 2nd of April.
Okay, and 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah.
And you're hoping to smash that £900 target this year?
Oh yes, it's got to be done. It's got to be done.
Okay. So at the end of this video, I'll put links and etc. into the description box where people can go and donate if they wish to.
Please.
And that sounds absolutely fantastic. Nessy, thank you very much for coming and talking to us. Please come back after the walk and talk more to us about it.
Oh, well, of course I will. Of course I will. But also, I have a sponsorship form. So even if they don't want to, I know some people are a bit worried about it going through their bank. All they've got to do is either message me on Facebook, or if you're not on Facebook, we will find some other way of you getting in touch with me so that you can donate.
Well, thank you very much for joining us tonight, Nessy, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks, or 4 weeks' time after the walk.
Yeah, most definitely, Jake. Thank you for having me.
All that's left for me to say is I'm going now. Goodbye. Beth, say goodbyes. Don't be rude.
Oh, you didn't say. Now it's time for Beth. I'm so sorry. I was waiting for my intro. Goodbye, everyone.
What do you like?
Megacast TV.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Yes. I did. did. I'm trying to figure out how to or where to save it.
What we're doing now? We're doing. Are you waiting for me?
Yes.
I was waiting for you. And what we're doing next? And you always get the hairy lips grandma or great grandma, do you know what I mean? Where it sticks in your, go to kiss her and it sticks in your face. With the
Porcupine grandma.
Megacast TV, your channel of choice.